exhausted, guys. Can I just go to sleep right now and just, yeah. Oh, boy. So I just got back from my walk. And the reason that, the reason that it's so late is because I have the craziest busy week. There's definitely a chance there won't be a Thursday video. I got family, I got stuff. So this week, I already missed one, which means I have to catch up. But every day this week, I have a podcast episode, kind of a Thanksgiving week thing. And then, but also on Tuesday and Wednesday, I have number 2 daughter down from Irvine with her family. So we're having Thanksgiving on Wednesday. Except that we're also having Thanksgiving on Thursday with everyone who lives in town. Plus, one daughter is bringing 2 coworkers and another daughter is bringing one of her coworkers. So we got coworkers coming out the wazoo. And yeah, today, Monday, is Kevin's last day at work for the year. The first day of vacation last year, we all know what happened. I don't believe he's planning on cycling on Tuesday because we have company coming. So this is good. The bathroom is totally clean. But yeah, lots of just going on. There's still some stuff in the living room. We got the couch shampooed, so at least there's no soot on the couch. That's good. There's so much to do. So there's a chance there won't be a Thursday video. I'm just going to say now. I hope there will be because I got all kinds of plans and I'm getting really close to, the whole Bookmas thing and I really want to do that. We'll see if I do or if I don't. I just don't know. There's one thing I do want to say now, just in case there isn't a video on Thursday or Friday. I might push it to Friday. That's a possibility. We shall see. But in case of that, I do want to point out that Friday, if you want a chance to win an Evergreen Christmas prize box. So it's 4 books in one, plus lots of goodies, which you can see on all the authors' Instagram this week. We're doing sneak peeks. Then you want to check out Facebook, my group, The Right Shatterings. You want to check out the author's Instagram accounts. I'm going to put it here on YouTube. So, make sure you get all your little entries in and stuff. So just putting that out. There's 4 of those. And I'm really excited about them. I'm like, ee. So been waiting a long time to get these things out. And we're gonna start that now so that they can arrive at people's houses by Christmas. So that's the deal there. Okay, so while I talk to you about this, I'm going to put, I videoed me doing some sewing here because mostly I'm talking today. I don't have really have books to show, except look what my daughter brought home. I have a copy of this copy actually of this, but mine is, I don't want to say it's falling apart, but it's not in this bright condition. It's gorgeous. She got it when she was up at Tahoe. Somebody got this from Mother in June of 1915. So I love my copy, but I love this even more. So anyway, but yeah, we got stuff to talk about. So I have to make a new grandbaby. We have a new grandbaby coming around Valentine's Day. So I have to make a new grandbaby stocking. And so while I do that, rather than just sitting here staring at me talking all day, I'm going to intersperse some of that stuff in there while we discuss some of the things for this year. What? What do I say? Okay. Toothless does not want to go outside. Okay. So anyway, I have, stuff happening. And I got to do it. But there are 2 things that I've really been thinking a lot about, and I've been waiting for Chantal Reads All Day's her Read Your Bookshelf Challenge. I've been waiting for that since probably like the 1st of September. It's the one thing that I just love. It's what really kind of got me into BookTube. I ran across it right about the end of the year one year, and I love it. I don't know what it is about it, but it just grabs me and it makes sense. And so I have some ideas. And one of those ideas is, so this year she has a very, very simple, I don't want to say vague because that's not the right word, but each word, she chose a single word for each month, and each word can really be interpreted in myriad ways, really. And so things like, I know January is beauty. And so beauty, I'm gonna take what she said and I'm gonna interpret it my way. Beauty could be, it's a beautiful cover, sure. The word beauty could be in the title. Beauty could also be a Beauty and the Beast retelling, or it could be a Beauty from Ashes story. I mean, you can pretty much interpret it almost any way you want. And beauty is also in the eye of the beholder. I may think the color purple is the most beautiful color. It may not even be my favorite color, but I still might think it's the most beautiful color for reasons that don't make sense, okay? Let's just work with me here. So I could technically even have a book that is purple, and I think because purple is the most beautiful color, you know, you can pretty much do what you want. It could have a beautiful font. It's so broadly interpretable, and I love that so, so, so much. I just realized today is our anniversary. We have a marriage anniversary and a wedding anniversary. And this is our marriage anniversary, which means it's also number 2 daughter's anniversary. Maybe I should make it something a little more interesting than taco soup for dinner. I don't know. Anyway, random thoughts that make no sense. So, but each month can be interpreted in a dozen ways or more, maybe. So, like, I know December is frosty. So the cover could look frosty. It could have frost or frosty or some version of frost in the title. It could have, someone who has so like Janelle Soselsky has, I think it's like the Ice Queen or the Ice Swan, Ice Swan. I think it's Ice Swan. And she is a frosty character. So it could have a book like that. There's so much you can do with it. And then I got to thinking, so this is where I was trying to go with this, but I didn't know. I knew she was planning on simplifying, but I didn't know how simple it was going to be. Well, what she did like fit into my little idea so perfectly that it's not even funny. And I decided, what if that's how I pick my TBR for all the books of the month? Almost all. There could be 2, I think. There would be 2 that wouldn't be. But that could be a thing, right? So like, you know, it's January, it's beauty. I could pick a book that is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I could pick a beautiful cover. I could pick a Beauty from Ashes. I could pick multiple beautiful covers, or some beauty in the title, or, you know, all kinds of things like that. You can even stretch it because this is what, you know, you can do whatever you want to, right? You could stretch it to even be like the character's name is Belle, which means beauty, right? So, I mean, there is a lot that you could do with this. So my idea is, what if I choose from my TBR? What if most of the TBR fits the prompt, and then I can just have one that I choose that, okay, this was my Chantal book this month, and maybe it's my favorite book, or maybe it's the one that it fit the best. Maybe I really had a, you know, like 1 month is favorite. Is that May? Was May favorite because it was her birthday month? Anyway, there's 1 month that has favorite. The book that it could be my favorite book of the month. You know, there's so much I can do with it. And so I'm thinking about that. I want opinions. Are there reasons I shouldn't do this? Is this really dumb? Because I mean, okay, technically there might be 3 exceptions. But let's face it, if I don't like it, I don't have to keep it up. These are no rules. This is just this could be a fun thing to try. But I'm even thinking, you know, Jane Austen July, it would be interesting to be able to narrow all the options down to, well, does it need to fit into July's prompt? Well, if it does, then I know those books aren't going to work. They just don't fit me for some reason. But this set does. So these are the ones I'm going to focus on. And I think it might help me narrow and make smaller TBRs. And, you know, if I pull out 6 books, say, that all fit, and then I need more books, well, I just grab whatever I want to, or I keep going with it. Either way, it doesn't matter. I mean, because, you know, you can do this how you want, right? So I'm thinking about it. I want to know pitfalls, okay? But there are technically 3, I want to say 3 books. There's like 2 books plus a certain kind. So when I walk at night, I walk and I listen to mysteries. It's what I do. I like mysteries, and I like walking and listening to mysteries. It works really well for me. So those I'm not going to try to fit because I'm usually working through series. I don't want to try to fit that into there. So that's separate, completely separate. Also separate, like I have set aside the Pallisers, so that's 2, until January. Because I've got Karamazov and I don't even want to think about them in December. So I'll have those 2, and I did buy that other Trollope book, the Vicar of something, I think something Hampton, or I don't know. There was the Vicar of something, and I don't think it's in here. There was that one, and yeah, you know, I that's 3. I'll need 9 more. I could do 2 or 3 months reading like War and Peace, or another of Dostoevsky's. I really loved Dostoevsky. I'm so surprised. And so I know I want to read more of those. And so I could take, you know, a couple of months. I'm not going to try to read them in a month again and read anything else. And I don't like just reading one thing. So, you know, there's that. But so I have my, you know, this is what I'm focusing on this year thing. I may turn it into the DIY literature thing. You know, maybe I will turn those into that instead. You know, once I get those Pallisers done, I might just, you know, lead into that, the degree thing. We'll see. I don't know. But I have those audiobooks, and I have something every month that is, you know, kind of my challenge for myself. Comes in my next thing. This is and this, you'll see why in a second. So I'm an idiot, okay? That's just what it is. Last year, around June-ish, is when I first thought of, you know, next year, 2025, July of 2025, I turn 55. And I was thinking last year I should do a, you know, 55 books before 55 thing, because that would be really fun. And I don't know why I got it into my head that I needed to wait until January of the year I turned 55 to do this. But I did. And so I've had it in my head, and it just hit me in the last couple of weeks. Wait a minute. If I wait till January to read 55 books before the middle, almost the end of July, that's pretty much all I can read then. And that means I would pretty much have to put on that list of books things that I don't want to, they're not what I would choose for a challenge for myself like that. I would be putting on just random, you know, I got this in the mail this week, The Star That Always Stays. I would be putting that kind of thing on there just because I want to read it. And that's not what the 55 by 55 idea I had in my head. I'm going to have to change that to 60 by 60 to have, you know, certain books I want to have read by that age. I need to start that now, you know, for 60, because that, you know, 5 years, it's only one book a month for the next 5 years. No big deal. So that's, you see where I'm going with some of this, you know, extra stuff. But so I could do that, and I might. I want to know, what do you think? Should I do that? Will I keep up something 5 year long? But 1 book a month for 5 years doesn't seem like a big deal. But can I come up with 60 books? I don't know. But maybe, I bet I could. I bet I could either come up with 60 books or 60 artistic expressions, you know, I could include some classical music that I want to learn and understand, or some art. I could combine that kind of stuff in there so it's not quite so much. We'll see. But I could do a 60 by 60, great, but I cannot do 55 by 55 without making a list of the books I'm going to read this year. And that just doesn't sound fun. But I don't want to miss out on it, because it was something I've been looking forward to this since last year. And now I realize I just totally blew it. So I had a new idea, and I think I really like it. So this is the plan. What if I say I'm going to pick 55 books in my house, from my house, 55 of the books that I have on my shelves right now, I have to get rid of before or on my birthday. So I go through, I pull out these books. I have to get rid of them. So I've got all those months to read them before I have to get rid of them if I still want to read them. And I have like these 2 caveats. I made them kind of juxtapose each other just a little bit. So the first caveat is, if I read a book that I said I had to get rid of, and I do not want to get rid of it, I want to keep this book, they have to be books I've read. But if I want to keep it, then I have to get rid of 2 books in its place. I have to go grab another one off the shelf. But 2, I have to pick the 55 books up front. And those are the books that have to go. I can get rid of other books all year long I want, but they don't count. Those 55 that I pull off the shelves and I say I'm not going to read. I mean, I already have, like, I think I'm going to get rid of my Aunt Dimity's. I'm like, okay, those are going to go. I'm done with, I think I'm done with Aunt Dimity. I tend not to pick them up. And so I really like the first 2, I think it is, but the rest, not so much. So bye-bye. I'm just going to get rid of them. But there are also other books that I have not read. I got an entire series of Amanda Cabot's books because I had another series coming, and they kind of had an interconnection, and I wanted to read the one before the other. And I'm thinking, you know what? I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself to read these, and I don't want to. And so I have a lot of books, and I think it'll be easy. I decided I'm going to clear off these 2 shelves down here. There's room for all the books on these 2 shelves. And then, so one of the books, see, this is where it all ties into the other thing. One of the books that I can read each month, in addition to the Chantal Reads All Day, all of those that I choose for that, and my, right, this year it's Trollop, next year it could be the DIY stuff, who knows. In addition to those, I can pull out one of those books. So, but in addition, as part of that Read Your Shelf challenge, if on these shelves, if these books that I'm going to get rid of, these 55 books, if one of them fits the prompt, I can throw that in and read that too. Why not? For that matter, I can do it anyway, because again, this is all about me serving me just in a fun way, so I don't have to. So what do you think? I mean, I'm just kind of talking this out loud, just kind of, what? But what do you think? Would it work? Am I crazy? I kind of like it. I don't know. But I do want opinions. I want ideas. And I'm going to see if I can do this, if I can summarize this. now that I've kind of talked through all this stuff, I think I want to try to summarize this. So my idea is, first, I use Chantal Reads All Day's Read Your Bookshelf Challenge to pick my TBRs for the year, assuming I enjoy doing that. I may not stick with it, but that's the first idea. And the second idea is to do a 55 by 55, but they are 55 books to get rid of by the time I turn 55. And if I don't get them read before then, oh well. Some I probably won't even try to read. But I have to get rid of them before then. And they can count one a month. You know, it can definitely count in addition to, it doesn't even have to be one. It can be more, but it can count in addition to they don't have to fit the prompt. But I think it would be more fun if I limited myself at least once to see how I liked it. What do you think? Am I nuts? I'm nuts, aren't I? But I think I want to do it. 55 books. I don't know. But whatever. I do want opinions. I want drawbacks. I want ideas. Maybe there's a better way to do this. Both of these ideas, and you know how I can blend it or whatever. So I'm listening. I'm here to listen. But unless someone just gives me something that makes me go, oh, whoa, yeah, no, that's not going to work for me after all. I think I'm going to do it. But I do want opinions. So everybody's getting ready to go to work now. I don't usually film this late. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm looking forward to pulling out I'm going to pull out 12, because I love pulling a book off every month. I'm going to pull out 12 books that fit the Read Your Bookshelf Challenge. These are the absolute, no matter what, I'm going to read. And then I'm going to pick the rest of my TBR around it. But will that remain my official book each month? I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. Really excited about this. I like this. And yeah, I got to get back to work on that stocking. But first I have to edit this thing. And I'd really like to get some sleep because I'm getting kind of tired. So I'll see you guys later. Have a lovely, lovely Thanksgiving. And for those of you not in the U.S., have a great Thursday anyway.